So we are here ready for the star of the show, the special guest, um, Matt Ryan, weapons creator from across the pond. Welcome, Matt. Good to see you, my friend.
Hello, hello. I
Um,
think you should write my next CV when I go for a new job.
I'm going to promote the hell out of you as I do with all my friends because you listen. You you've showed me in detail some of the stuff you're doing and how you're doing it and how you're working, and you're working at a very high professional level, Matt. And congratulations, man.
Oh, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. That's. I will say before we start, if everything goes black, it is chucking it down with rain outside, and I'm running off an extension lead into the house.
Okay.
So if you hear a big bang and it goes black, it's been a pleasure. Hi, Maria.
Guys, I do have to say this, by the way. And the reason I have to say this, I do have to make this comment. Matt's stuff is so good. I have to say and have to remind everybody that Matt did not work on the Dark Matter show. So even though you're going to see stuff that looks exactly, or in some cases, even like the Bubba we see behind, even has some added features to it. Matt did not work on Dark Matter. Who knows? Maybe he'll work on Dark Matter season 4 or
Who
whatever comes
knows?
next.
I'm always available for that.
Guys, please, please put in your channels. So, Matt, I gotta say, Bubba is looking very Christmassy.
But Bubba's working. He wasn't working last time.
Oh, that's right.
And I don't know what fixed him because it wasn't me.
Okay.
But I tried him this morning and everything worked. The trigger works now. So yeah, the shed elves fixed Bubba overnight. But
Matt, well, let me ask you first. What are your intentions with this new career path that you're exhibiting? I mean, where are you at right now?
I mean,
You're very humble, but where are you at in your mind?
Well, I mean, if you can forgive, my daughter won't forgive. I mean, this is my workshop at the moment.
Oh, you showing me? Hello.
That's my daughter.
Hey, Molly.
It is literally just a little shed. So, so I know you mentioned commissions. It does take me about 3 months to build something because I only have a Saturday and half a Sunday or something like that. And it's very weather dependent as well. It's your classic shed. The red behind you is actually diverting drips from the roof into a bucket. so it's. But no, I'd love to do it. I don't think it'd be a career for me. I think it's always going to be a hobby. And I think my plan in the future is to try and build. I mean, I'll definitely build more of what I've already built, and maybe auction off for charity. Maybe drop them into an online shop if I manage to get one. Me and Molly are thinking about sort of doing something crafty like that, sort of. But yeah, I just wish I had more than sort of 89 hours a weekend, and that's a sort of busy weekend in the shed for me, just 89 hours.
Yeah.
And
Matt, what? I was thinking this possibility too that you could help the product because Joe is always looking for the right moment to continue Dark Matter. There are probably ways like you could help. I mean, imagine they're like, for example, there's a convention going on not too far away from you. Well, I don't know. I mean, relatively because I'm far away. But there's like, for example, there's a convention in Manchester coming up next week. In your neck of the woods, let's say. So there's, I mean, have you ever thought about maybe creating an exhibit that people could see at a convention?
yeah, I'd love to. I mean, I'm never going to stop making them. I mean, I was supposed to. I mean, originally this started. I mean, I apologise if people have heard the story before, but when COVID hit, my shed was full of old wood and things like that, and I was told to go and build bird tables or do something just to use the stuff. So I came and built Bubba because I couldn't be doing with bird tables. But yeah, I've got to the point now where I'm actually buying stuff. I know what tools to use. That's the biggest advantage I've got now. Through the first 3 or 4 guns I made, I was telling people how I made them, and they go, "You do know that's not the tool for that." And I think, "Oh, isn't it? That's why it took me 6 hours to file something down rather than." So they are getting quicker, and I'll just keep making them. And when I run out of room, I can auction them off for charity. I can sort of give them away to friends, maybe sell them. I don't know what the licensing would be for that. Or I could just fill my house with them, and then when Joe makes season 4, I've got all his weapons ready for him.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So I mean, hopefully, we'll see. I don't see. I don't see us getting any news right now, but who knows? Who knows what Joe's got up his sleeve? The more we support him, the better he will, the better chances he will have of getting it approved. But so now, how many weapons from Dark Matter? How many weapons from Dark Matter have you done up to date?
Right, I've got 6.
6. Wow.
So I won't ask Molly to pick up Bubba because it's a bit heavy for her. The first one was Bubba. That's this one.
Oops.
And that actually started to work today. So when you pull the trigger, it actually lights up.
Wow.
But if I sort of run that past the camera,
look at that. We were talking before we went on air about things are looking good on camera, but the detail is great too. The detail that looks fantastic.
I think the most fun part of that one was the stand, because Joe said that they couldn't get the stand to work on the show.
Oh yeah.
So I managed to get the stand working. And the most satisfying part of that was the actual hinge on it is made out of a propelling lead pencil.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't have any parts for it. So
how heavy is that, Matt?
I think it's heavy enough to make my daughter cry when I dropped it on her foot.
Oh, poor.
That's and she came out with some language that a girl of her age should never come out with. But I couldn't blame her, to be quite honest.
Now, and can you remind us how you decided to incorporate the lights in there? That was an interesting idea.
Yeah, well, I had a trigger which was actually the part of the boiler, because I do transport for a plumber's merchant, and we had a bit of a boiler that came back from a customer. It looked like a trigger, so rather than throw it away, I said I'll take it home. So I thought, well, there's no point having a trigger unless it does something. So the weekend before I was working out how the trigger would work, I'd bought Molly some disco lights for under her bed, and sort of momentum kept me going, and they never made it to her bed. They ended up in Bubba.
You stole them.
I stole them, yeah. So yeah, it was just one of the things. It's become my thing now. I just put lights in stuff because I don't understand the electrics, and it annoys me. So I keep having to put electrics in stuff until I actually work it out.
It looks great. By the way, Adega says Bubba has a home at my place if you ever need to part with it.
As soon as I can work out if I can legally ship it, Adega, I'll sort something out for you. I've actually been given by my work enough pipe outside, the square pipe that makes the barrels, this bit here. They were throwing a load out, and I've probably got enough on the outside of the shed for about 10 or 15 Bubbas.
Whoa, wow. Okay.
So, which I need to do something with, because now my other half can't get the wheelbarrow down the side of the house to go to the allotment because I've just filled it with this pipe.
Oh, wow.
So there will be a spare Bubba here and there sort of coming up soon. So
wow. Matt, Prime Prophet says props is the stand magnetic?
The part that when you fold it up and it touches the barrel, there's magnets in there to keep it up. So I couldn't work out how to actually click it in, and so that's basically some fridge magnets destroyed and the magnet part sort of glued into the Bubba, so that keeps that upright.
Wow.
And like I said, the actual hinge of it's just the inside of a propelling pencil with 2 screws sort of biting into it. But that's why, in some ways, that was the most enjoyable, because I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't realise you had metal and wood files until someone told me I'd ruined my metal files using them on wood. so everything was a learning curve, and everything, because of COVID, I couldn't go down the shops. Everything was stuff found in my shed. So, or from Molly's bed with the lights. But
the fact that you went through that process of learning is really, and the fact that you stuck with it, and it says a lot, Matt. And let me ask you one quick question before I go to this. How do you now? You're mostly doing dark matter, right?
yeah.
Weapons. Is there anything else out there that inspires you to do? Like, is there anything you're seeing out there that you're inspired by?
I've been asked to do a cycler rifle from Star Wars.
Oh, wait, which one is that? The cycle?
It's the one that looks like an old musket, to be quite honest. I've been sent a picture of it because I go to the Download Rock Festival, and one of the people I meet there, he really wanted one of those. So I thought, I'll have a crack at that next. And
wow. Listen, I got to tell you something. If you start churning out Star Wars stuff, you're going to have people buying them. I guarantee.
That'd be nice. I
guarantee you're going to have people buying them. I mean, you're going to have people buying your dark matter stuff. But I mean, if you start doing stuff for Star Wars, the people are going to be knocking on your door.
Yeah. I mean, work's set me a challenge. I've got an original to make as well.
Thank you, Captain Spire. Would it be wise to invest in a wood cutting CNC type machine, like a plotter, to carve out or make weapon designs?
Yes, and I regularly look at stuff like that on Amazon and wish I had the money for it.
That is so that's like for down the road, right?
It is, yeah. I mean, at the moment, I mean that is my tool set. I've got a saw for plastic. I've got a saw for wood. I've got various hammers and stuff. I've just been given some proper metal files that my granddad used to own by my dad. He was obviously waiting to find out if I actually knew what tools were for before he actually gave me the proper ones from my granddad. So, but yeah, I think the next, I mean, on these guns here, the next thing I need is a 3D printer, because that little oval there, that generally takes me a day and about 5 or 6 attempts to make.
Can you show us again, Matt? Show us again.
It's just basic. Hang on, if I put the light on, hang on. It's just basically.
There you go. I see.
This bit here. It's just one straight bit of plastic bent, but it's really hard to bend plastic, I've found. That's So it's one of those things where I'll spend the whole Saturday in the shed and I'll make one of those, and that'll be it.
Wow.
And
thank you again, Captain Spire. And we have another question for Matt. Props. Do you use a resistor on your light emitting diodes? Says
that's made me smile, because I've been buying the cheap bottle lights and the LED lights that you put around windows and things like that. This one here was the first time I've used LED lights. They came with a resistor, and I was given by work just some little clips to join them together, which are called either jellies, or they actually called butt clamps is the proper. So there you go, which has just made my daughter giggle. But no, I can't get my head around which resistors to use. So I managed to find on Amazon some LEDs that already have the resistor in it, and they just attach to a 9-volt battery, and then I run it through the trigger. So
wow.
So that's
Matt,
I was going to say the only time I've used proper LEDs is on the newer one, and although it's got the little bottle lights on the inside, the trigger is LEDs.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So, wait. So Matt, tell us about this weapon right now. Which weapon is this? This is
this is the GA rifle. One of my favorite scenes was when 3 was shot and he's looking after 5 by the Rock.
Yeah.
And this is the weapon